Welcome back to another album review, and this is Freddie Gibbs and Madlib present Bandana. Right, so this is the much anticipated return of the duo consisting of Freddie Gibbs and Madlib since their first collaboration 5 years ago with the album called Piñata. An album that can easily get into the conversation of albums of the decade. From one side, you have a maestro in production, Madlib, and on the other hand, you have a rapper that fits like a glove with his heavy voice, hard-hitting raps, and cold-blooded flows in Freddie Gibbs. If you heard Piñata, then you will know kinda what will you get from Bandana. Smart one-liners in punchlines, bars, cocaine rap, and also political and social themes and problems. If you haven't heard Piñata, then go right now, put your headphones in, and listen to that album. It's amazing. Bandana is equally as good. It does everything that it should do, and it satisfies my high expectations. I'm not going to complain about a very good album. I'm not crazy. The album starts with a very soulful kick with the song Freestyle Shit, where Freddie basically is talking about his ascent to the music industry and how he manages to escape his old life. The motto of the track that sticks to you as well is if this music seat wasn't working, he might as well be moving things. There are quite a few tracks where Freddie talks about crime life and how the government ignores the struggles of the underdeveloped societies. Tracks like these are the smooth crime pace where, yes, even from the title you can understand the topic of the song, where Freddie details the difficulty to live in these underdeveloped societies and the danger of being addicted to selling, thus turning you to a slave in this game. Another great track that goes in that direction as well is Fake Names, but it's more scary and paranoid as the reality is so cruel, the game is so dangerous that you have to use fake names. The first half of this track is more on the dark and gritty side, but then Madlib hits us with one unexpected beat switch, and then Freddie seamlessly stays on beat. His flow is impeccable. Jesus Christ. The first half is more dark, gritty, and Freddie details the dangers of this lifestyle, and the second half is more soulful, more euphoric as Freddie brags about being the king, basically, of this lifestyle. Like I said before, Freddie sticks to his guns of drugs, violence, and crime, and how the political system affects this situation. One of the tracks that makes a reference to that is at the end of Flamity with a line about Obama, and also the constant drug war and the casualties that affect, for the most part, the black communities. A track that has its paranoid feel like fake names, but worse, I feel like that I'm being chased by the police or something like that. Up until this point, I've read about Freddie, but what makes both Bandana and Piñata stand out from the field is Madlib's excellent production, where he took on Twitter as well to proudly announce that he made all the beats on his iPad, something that honestly doesn't surprise me because the technology has advanced to a point where you can do that and the digital effects really show on this album. I'm not saying that the beats are cheap, simple, or bad by any means, because you still get those soulful, nice cuts of Madlib throughout the album, except maybe the first half of Half Main, Half Cocaine, where it's more of a trap beat that doesn't seem to have any differences that other track cuts from Freddie's Shadow of a Doubt album, considering the dark tone that album had. It's not a bad track. I think mostly Freddie carries the load on this one because he is familiar with his sound. Madlib seems, not only in this song but with Message Seed as well, to go out of his comfort zone and try new things, like in this particular track, trying to give it more of a dancehall vibe. Let's say this change of style in producing is at full force with tracks like Situations and Goddamn. They feel like they are protected in a bubble of some sort. Based in the flow of the album, I can get used to it, but Freddie basically trying to stay on beat, singing or sounding more melodic in the track Situation is not for me. Like I said, the production from the iPad isn't necessarily bad, and it doesn't affect how good tracks like Education or Giannis are. And speaking of which, at this point I want to say how great of a feature Pack is, and if you know me by now, you know how much I love this guy. He fits perfectly in this production, he makes it even better, I might say. I'm salivating at the thought of him and Madlib collaborating more in the future. And speaking about features, there's one that takes the crown, and that's Pusha T. I mean, His verse on the track Palmolive, whoo, I was mean mugging the whole verse, bro. He he really went in, bro. He really went in. Since Daytona dropped, I think Pusha T has the Midas touch where that hand is loaded and hasn't had a miss yet. Yasin, aka Mos Def, and even Black Thought were incredible. Incredible are also most of the beat switches in Bandana. They don't feel out of place and give a very dynamic feel to the album. Oh, and I almost forgot. I almost forgot about Killer Mike. His feature on Palm of It was good as well. Well, technically, he is a feature because he handles the chorus very nicely. But man, I really could do well with a verse from him. It's like I've eaten the main course, and right before I get the dessert, you took it right away from me. Come on, man. That's shit not fair. The shoes this album had to fill were huge, and I still think Pinata was better. The beats were more raw, and Freddie went hunting. But in time, Bandana will be a rap album that producers and rappers will have to take notes. Bandana is a great album, two of the best in their field doing their thing, and with Round the Jewels, probably one of my favorite duos at the moment. So this is my review of this album. Write me down in the comments below what you thought of this album. Did you like it or did you hate it? Also subscribe if you're new here. Please hit the notifications as well. And until next time, stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye.